Welcome to Evilive, the live media commentary show that answers the question, where's the kitchen sink superhero? Subscribe if you're new to the channel because today we are reacting to the Superman official teaser trailer. That's right, that's why I'm wearing this shirt. I love me some Superman. Truth, justice, and the American way, which never actually was. It's always been oligarchs, and we just pretend it's not. But that is what reality is. That's not what this is. This is not reality. This is aspiration. So I dig it. So this is directed and written by James Gunn. I got super pissed when he passed on Henry Cavill. And I got some stuff to say about this Superman. But before I do, let's get into it. So this is David Corenswet is the Clark Kent Superman character. And yeah, let's watch this thing. Let me set it up real quick and we'll get it on. Let's get it on. Why is it always like barren wasteland? Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. He's fucked up. Oh, come on. Look like a doofus. Top Gun sound. Yeah, there it is. Dun, dun, dun.
Crypto.
Hey, Krypto.
Home. Oh. Take me home.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Superman.
Fuck yeah.
Superman.
Aw. Oh shit. Weird. What the? What is that? Oh shit. Shit yeah. Come on, that looks great. Wow. Okay. Wow. I got a lot to say about this. First and foremost, how many times do we have to see him up in the Arctic? Like, that's Man of Steel was like a fourth of the time up in the Arctic. And every time I see this Superman character, or the actor, I see a weird version of Henry Cavill. I don't see the original Superman, Christopher Reeve, a version of him. So that's the impact that Henry Cavill had on this role, is that I grew up with Reeves as the Superman. He was my Superman. And then I saw Cavill, like this Zack Snyder Superman, and I completely did a 180. I was like, nope, Christopher Reeve is no longer Superman. Henry Cavill is 100% Superman. And now watching this, there's moments where I was just like, oh, he looks like Superman. But what I mean to say is he looks like Henry Cavill's Superman. He doesn't look like the Superman from the comics or anything, because he looks a lot younger than the sort of, you know, bold, older Superman that I'm sort of used to seeing. But whatever. I mean, whoever he just fought, which very well could be that sort of monster we see that's like breathing fire near the end, fucked him up. Like, fucked him up. I like that he's got the dog, Krypto. This view of him, though, I mean, that doesn't say Clark Kent to me. It says millennial who doesn't know that he's late for work. Just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a grumpy old man, but it doesn't really, like right there, that looks like Henry Cavill's Superman to me, but like a little bit twisted, like a little distorted version of Henry Cavill's Superman, which I loved and I still love. This, like, they clearly already know each other. They're clearly already in a relationship. This is not a origin story Superman. And so I'm okay with that. Like, we've seen that twice now. And if you've seen any of the animated shows or, any of the comics, you've seen it a bazillion times. So we don't need another origin story. I do have to put a little pin in this and say James Gunn's Brightburn, which was a horror movie version of the Superman story, is dope as hell. If you have not seen it, I'm going to have to review it on this channel now because of this, because James Gunn's doing this one, just to have a really nice compare and contrast, because he loves this character and he loves the comic book version, not the film version of this character, which is different. There's a lot of things that we're going to get into here shortly. So obviously I love the traditional looking farmhouse, the Rambler style farmhouse that you see in like Kansas and stuff. That sort of double story one that we always see, those are old school and they don't really exist anymore. This is the style of farmhouse, ranch house that you see nowadays. And so I like that because they're bringing it into a modern era, not trying to latch it on to some sort of old timey 1950s vibe that they traditionally try to do. This makes me wonder, did they switch the story up so the mom died instead of the dad? Is this the dad? Like, is this, let me see. I have a note on his name. Is this Pruitt Taylor Vince? Because I have no idea. Because he plays Jonathan Kent. I'm going to do a quick search right now to find out. Yep. Oh my gosh, that's him. The guy from, I know Pruitt Taylor Vince as the guy from the X-Files episode Unruh. So he's like a very large guy with a goatee usually, and he has one eye that's constantly twitching back and forth. Very intense face. Great actor. Really loved what, I had a friend bring over a film with him in it, and I can't remember the name of the film, but he was in it. He's great. And he was in a bunch of horror films too. I mean, he's a really great actor. So I'm stoked to see him in this. But like, look at that kid. This is supposed to be Clark Kent there. I don't know, man. His hair looks dyed. It doesn't look natural. I mean, it's just everything about him looks a little off until we go back to Henry Cavill Superman here. Bring in the dog. I love me some dogs. Dogs are great. I love that it's practical for the most part. This is such a heroic shot right here. Oh, I love this. Listen. Yes! Come on! That's what Superman does. Oh, it's so great. Such a great shot. And Zack Snyder, this is how you use slow-mo. Not with wheat. Like this. All right, so let's talk about Luthor. Because, I don't know, Lex Luthor to me always seemed like an older guy, sort of like thick neck. That's the Lex Luthor I always think of. I didn't mind Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor in Superman Returns. I thought that was a great film personally. And I liked that it was a continuation of the Christopher Reeves version of Superman, the original the Donner filmed Supermans. I liked that it continued that storyline. This version, we saw the Jesse Eisenberg, I think it was, in Zack Snyder's ones. And then we saw this version. I don't know. They look kind of pencil necky. They don't really look of substance. And Lex Luthor goes toes with Superman. I mean, he does it with tech, but he goes toes with him. And that means he needs to be insidious and conniving and smart, but there also has to be some sort of like physical charisma about him. And though there is a great shot in this where Lex Luthor looks all pissed, it's just not this one. It's not enough for me anyway. And I love this, that all around the world, as much as we say Superman is America's hero, he's the world's hero. And that's what's great about him. Oh, and I love the fact that we're revisiting Zack Snyder's whole trope of everyone turning against Superman. I don't agree with this bullshit premise that they said this is based on. So let's look at this. So the tagline or the log line is, the film explores Clark Kent Superman's journey to reconcile his Kryptonian heritage with his adoptive human family in Smallville, Kansas. And then they tacked on to that how people don't like or are mocking the fact that there's hope, that he believes in goodness or something like that. And that's bullshit. That can't be the reason. This must be very much like Zack Snyder's Superman films, where he wasn't able to save some people, but he saved others. And that's what they're upset about, because he has to make a decision on who he saves, when he saves it. He can't save everyone all the time. And so I think that's what the rage is about, not the fact that he believes in goodness and hope. Because get the fuck out of here. This is weird, man. I get that this is what the comic book character looks like, but that's why comic book characters don't always translate to the big screen. That haircut makes me want to punch him in the face. And maybe that's the point. I've never been a Green Lantern fan, so I don't know. Maybe that's just like how he rolls. And I've never known Hawk Girl as a character. I always knew Hawk Man, and I always loved him. I thought he was cool. I had this little action figure when I was a kid. He was dope. But, I mean, as long as he's being fair to the characters from the comic, then I'm not going to complain. But there's a lot. The reason why I opened this with the Where's the Kitchen Sink superhero is because there's a lot of superheroes in here. He's throwing them all in with the kitchen sink, you know? She looks dope right here. Just pissed. And that, what the hell was that? What is that? What the hell is that? That's crazy. So do you think that's what messed up Superman? Because it looks like he's about to take a whole face full of fire. God, that looks dope. I want to know what this creature is. Is it from Krypton? Is that where he's trying to reconcile? Because he went off to Krypton, to the remnants of Krypton, and then he came back, and he brought back with him this creature. Is that why everyone hates him right now? The dude's like throwing the can because it's his fault that this creature came to Earth? Because it followed him here? Like, that would make sense. That would be kind of cool. I love... Okay, and then what the hell is that in the background? Is that like a global problem and they're just taking a moment out to check each other's tongues? Because that clearly looks like a problem. That does not look... That's what's floating over New Jersey right now. Have you guys seen those orbs? Not the drones. There's drones and there's orbs. And they're like... I've seen so many videos of them. I don't know if any of them all of them are fake, but sweet hell, it's freaky. Anyway, that's kind of what some of them look like. And they're just like, give me some sugar, baby. Yeah. This is, oh, no, I want to show that real quick. Because Superman had, like, I watched cartoons of the Justice League. He has, like, robots that work for him or something like that. I think maybe they're, like, protectors or something when he was growing up in the comics or something. But as a Star Wars fan, like old school Star Wars fan, I love droids. They, like, R2-D2 is the hero of all of Star Wars, like, full stop. And I love people who love droids, just like I love people who love dogs, or animals in general, to be honest. But I love that he's full of emotion, this Superman, which I really appreciate. I love that aspect of Superman being human, because he's not human, he's Kryptonian, but he was raised by humans. And so he has this emotional resonance with the people of the planet because he was raised here, and he's realizing that he's not of here, that he's wholly separate. I've loved the alien focus that Zack Snyder's version of Superman was hyper-focused on, because for me, it made the most sense. But I love the emotional resonance that the Donner version of Superman had, that this is clearly emulating, and it's intentionally emulating per James Gunn. That has to be his home. This is like, I don't know who the hell this guy is. There's Mr. Terrific. There's Metamorpho. I think he's supposed to be Metamorpho. Green Lantern, Hawk Girl, Jimmy Olsen, The Engineer, Lex Luthor, Lois Lane. All of them are in here. That shot with the building coming down, I think that was the shot that earlier or at the very end we're going to see Superman's pushing against something. I think he's pushing the tower back in place or something. And this is Lex Luthor just being like, I'm going to murder you. Like that right there. I think that was him pushing the building back up. And this is just the dog doing good by the master. Seen a bunch of like monsters or superheroes he's fighting. That guy looks weird. I don't know who he is. Is he Metamorph? No, is he Mr. Terrific? He might be Mr. Terrific. Or the Engineer. I don't know which is which. Oh, yeah. Get that rising, spinning makeout session shot. And this has got to be when that creature's blowing the flames at him when he was in the air at that one shot. And now he's like flying up out of it. I love those shots of Superman disappearing into the sky. And I love that shot. We have to get it because we get it in all the Supermans where he like goes up into space because he's wounded and hurt. And he lets the rays of the sun heal him. We got to get that shot. That's the shot in every Superman flick. We need it. And I hope that's what he's going to do here. Oh, man. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Look, I'm going to be honest. I think Henry Cavill's the best Superman, but I'm stoked to see this film. It's got everything that I can imagine wanting in a Superman film. It's got a whole bunch of other superheroes, which has always been a thing with Superman, but it's never really been like a film thing for Superman. So I'm excited to see that aspect of it. You know, when we saw the James Gunn version, the Zack Snyder version of his DCEU, we got a whole bunch of superheroes, and I love that. So I'm here for it. I hope it doesn't take too much attention away from Superman because the film is called Superman and not Superman and Friends or the Justice League or whatever the hell is going on with all those other superheroes. So I do have faith in James Gunn, though. I do. Hey, Chris, man, how you doing? So you like the trailer? You're a bit concerned they're trying to pack too much. Yeah, well, if it's a big, long runtime, then I don't mind. Because ultimately what you have to do, this is a Superman film, so it has to focus on Superman, right? But you have to explain to the film audience who does not read all the comics, who does not know all the characters, who the hell all these people are, why they're of any significance to Superman, and why the hell they're in this film. What brought them out? Now, here's my conjecture. I have no idea. Superman goes off to Krypton, the remains of Krypton, comes back, that monster comes with him, and then all the other superheroes band together to fight it. That's what I think is going to happen. And that would then explain why these other superheroes are here, why they're working with Superman, or why they're in the same film as Superman. That would be interesting, but I don't know. So you drove to Jersey last weekend and legitimately saw 3 things that looked like shooting stars fly over. To be fair, they could have been shooting stars, but 3. Yeah, dude, there's some shit going on all around the world right now with UAPs and that drones and the shutting down of military bases, not just in the US, but in Germany and in Britain. I mean, it's in like all sorts of weird, wacky stuff is happening right now. And I can't believe that our government hasn't said anything other than their drones, don't shoot lasers at them. It's not a threat. Okay, but what the fuck is going on then? Like, how about you tell us that? And if you don't know, then how do you know it's not a threat? Anyway, good casting choices, though, you have to say. Yeah, for the most part, I agree. I mean, it's all interesting, and it's hard to even say. This is a teaser trailer. It's not even a trailer. The trailer is going to give us the basic story, and so at this point, we're just guessing. And I kind of like that aspect of it. It reminds me of before Phantom Menace came out, all of the guessing about, you know, how are they going to pick up the Star Wars story? How are they going to do the prequel series? I love the guessing aspect. You probably disagree, but your favorite of all time Superman movie is Man of Steel with Costner as... No, I loved Man of Steel. I thought it was like an amazing film. I watched it like, I don't know, every other day when it came to home video, and I saw it a couple times in the theater. Like, I love Man of Steel a lot. I really like the extended Batman v Superman as well, and I love the Snyder cut of Justice League. So I think Henry Cavill's the best Superman, full stop. Your guess on the plot is that Lex Luthor convinces the public to turn against Superman, which you're hoping not. They've done that already. Yeah, I could see him doing that, though, for sure. Or at least, if the public starts swaying against him for one reason or another, he latches onto that and tries to amplify it, because that would also make sense. But then in this version, if Superman's established, why does Lex Luthor hate him in this one? You know, in the Snyderverse, he hated him because he thought everyone put him on too much of a pedestal, that he was a god, and he wanted to bring him down low because he wanted mankind to sort of be the shapers of the world, not literal gods from other planets. So that made a little bit of sense. In the Donner version, I can't really remember why Luthor hated him. It's just like one of those things like, oh, he's an alien and we can't have aliens. And, you know, I don't know. I can't remember, to be honest. It's been a long time since I've watched those. But I think I should do some reviews of some Superman films, to be honest. There's some shitty ones, by the way. After 2, they get bad with the Donner ones. But like nonsensically bad. But I think, would you guys want to see like reviews of the actual films going back to the beginning and then just forward? Not the series or anything like that, but like the films. Let me know if that's something you're interested in, because I would love to revisit them and wax about them, because this isn't coming out, by the way, until July 2025, I think. Oh, well, duh. July 11th, 2025. It's right on my screen, not yours. So we've got some time before it comes out. I'm stoked. Can't wait. Thank you guys for tuning into this initial reaction. Let me know what you think of this version of Superman, and who is your favorite Superman, and what's your favorite Superman film. Let me know in the comments. Thank you for tuning in. As always, remember that evil, spelled backwards, is live. So get out there and be evil.